Good morning, everybody. This is Various Smith, and welcome to Saturday School. I am your Saturday School host, and this morning, I'm sorry that I'm running a little bit late, but we are going to cover this morning in full how to set up a WordPress website from scratch. So we're going to start from the beginning and bring it all together, wrap it up at the end. So before we get into that, I'm actually going to make a few announcements. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you catch this either live or in the broadcast on YouTube after the fact. And so sorry for tardiness, but here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll talk a little bit about Saturday School and make a few announcements. All right, so here we go. Starting with the announcement, we are on Twitter. Follow us, the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group at twitter.com IEWP Meetup. So go to twitter.com/IEWP Meetup, and you can find us there. We meet monthly. It's the WordPress group. We meet monthly and in person, but we also do this live broadcast every week. So check us out there. We are also on youtube.com. If you Google IEWP Meetup or Inland Empire WordPress, you're going to find us. So go ahead and check us out there. Inland Empire WordPress, our IEWP Meetup group. And all of the videos that we are doing here in these classes will be repeated or archived here on the actual YouTube page. So you can catch up anytime you want to. There's also our Facebook page, Inland Empire WP Meetup Group. Kind of a long name, but go ahead and follow us here on Facebook. We have, we're pushing out things on this page slowly, but it's a great place to connect with us as well. And probably the best place to connect is going to be through our Facebook group. So we have a group called Inland Empire WordPress, and this is the place where you can come and ask your questions, and we also post resources. There are WordCamps coming up, which are the weekend conventions for WordPress community people. Check it out. It's our group, Inland Empire WordPress. And when we're not meeting in person, this is where we go. So check us out here on Facebook, Inland Empire WordPress. Finally, you can go to the meetup.com /Inland Empire WP. There on meetup.com /Inland Empire WP. This is where we announce all of our upcoming meetings, and our, we have an archive of all the previous meetings. Check us out here. We are WordPress fanatics, and so we have a meetup coming up actually on the 1st. We meet every first Tuesday, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few seconds. This is our website, and we are converting this into a resource for WordPress fanatics. Come check us out. We have articles posted here. We're going to have videos, more videos posted here. Just an opportunity for you to become connected with us here in the WordPress community in the Inland Empire. And this is where we meet every month when we have our in-person live meetup. We meet at this place called riverside.io. It's a great place for you to come and do your work, talk to other entrepreneurs, hacker type people. Come and check it out. And if you want to get a membership here, the price is only $100 per person. It's very, very good price. So check that out. It's a great deal for for WordPress or just business people, entrepreneurs, fanatics like yourself. Check it out, the riverside.io hackerspace, co-working / hackerspace located in the heart of downtown Riverside. All right, and on we go to WordPress.org. WordPress.org is, of course, the technology that we are using for the Saturday School broadcast. And it is the open source technology provided by the WordPress Foundation that millions all over the world are using. It's amazing software, and people are making their living on it. They're using it to create websites, and also we build community around it, because the WordPress is really more about the community than it is about the software. You meet great people, and you also can network. And so go ahead and check out WordPress.org. On this website, you have themes, plugins, and support. And this is free resources for you to get connected with the WordPress community, get help. You can go to the documentation, which is codex.wordpress.org. In the documentation, will give you every detail practically that you could want to begin to work with WordPress. Whether you're a newbie or you wanted to go really deep, check out the Codex. Codex is your friend in building WordPress websites. Finally, we have WordCamp Central. WordCamps is a conference that focuses on everything WordPress. So they're held usually on Fridays and Saturdays. They are great events where you can meet new people in the WordPress community. And you can get news and updates from the WordPress community. And you can really get connected into the WordPress community through WordCamp Central. If you want to apply to really host a WordCamp, you do it through the site as well. But also, here's the thing. Check out the calendar. The next WordCamp here in the United States is in Dayton. Then we have Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You can check these out if these WordCamps are in your area. Then it's gonna just be something that you can add to your list of things to do in order to connect with the WordPress community. It's a great conference. Check it out. WordPress TV is a place you can go to actually watch sessions from the WordCamps. It's a great place to go and actually just get your education on WordPress. You can watch the State of the Word, and that's presented by Matt Mullenweg, one of the co-founders of WordPress. Place for if you want to experience what it's like to be at a WordCamp, come to this website. Finally, this is what we work with on a regular basis here in the class, something called server or desktop server, created by serverpress.com. Check it out. It's a way to run WordPress install locally on your computer. Today we're going to be using it. So thank you for tuning in, and those are our announcements. I'm going to okay, so we've closed that, and it's time to really do a really quick, also, I guess I would say, intro overview of what Saturday School is about. So let me pull that up briefly. Let's see. Here we go. And I'm going to share my screen with you for this one. I tried to fly through those announcements because we're running a little bit late. All right, so here we are. Saturday School. Welcome to Saturday School. Saturday School is actually part of the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group. I guess I would say it's just part of the Meetup group. And it's presented by myself. And the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup group. We're WordPress enthusiasts from the Inland Empire. We meet once a month, first Tuesday in person, to discuss all things WordPress. And we also meet via live stream virtually every Saturday for Saturday School. You can find the archives on YouTube. We meet online in our Facebook group the rest of the time. Come for help and support. Doesn't matter if you've been working with WordPress platform for a short time, not at all, or many years. We welcome you to our family. All right, why Saturday School? Saturday School was created to help fill in the gaps of learning that members of the IEWP Meetup group had, and the gaps of learning that those who will find it on YouTube channel afterward may have. So this is what Saturday School is for. What do we cover in Saturday School? We cover the basics of WordPress theme setup and administration without needing to touch the code, the accompanying tools and fundamental principles of understanding how to use WordPress as a content management system. So this is what we cover in Saturday School as well. All right, so welcome again to Saturday School. And today what we're covering in Saturday School is going to be the final, really kind of like the final part of our series. We've gone through a whole lot in our previous Saturday Schools, but now it's just time to wrap it all up. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what that means and what it's going to take for us to put together a WordPress website locally first, and then we'll move it over to our development, or not our development environment, but our final setup. So here we go. All right, so we are here in our list of WordPress things to do. We are actually here putting it all together. We've covered the basic keys to getting it. We've covered the remainder of things, all of these little knickknacks, side things, and then now we're on putting it together. So we'll go in our slide presentation to that area. All right. So we're going to put it all together. Today we're going to put together an entire excuse me, an entire WordPress website. And in order to do that, we're going to need to set up our desktop environment. So now it is what I'm going to do is start our desktop environment, which is desktop server, because this is the environment that you're going to use and that we've been using throughout the entire time to set up these websites. And pulling it all together, here we go. Awesome. So here we go. This is our desktop server sites environment. And what I actually want to do is go through and show you how to start up desktop server. I have desktop server started already, but I'm going to start it again. So I'm going to share my screen, and here we have desktop server. It's already started. So it is actually the software that helps me run these websites locally. So I'm starting desktop server right now. Again, I kind of closed it down. And here it is, it started. And when desktop server starts, I need to go ahead and click next to restart with privileges. So ask me for my password, I put that in. All right, so here it is. It's restarted. And now I'm going to need to go ahead and start Apache in MySQL services. All right, so now it's done. And I click next. And usually this is the time where I go to this place and I type localhost, and or go open up a browser and I type localhost. I have a little bookmark here, so I'll just do that there. But it's really the same environment that you just saw. So localhost, you can normally type that in to find your development environment for desktop server. It's usually installed on a port, I think it's port 80 in your computer. And that's all you need, really. So once I have this going, it's time for me to create a new site. So open up desktop server, and I can create a new development site. Click next. And I can actually call this Saturday School Final TWO, Saturday School Final 2, because we've already got a Saturday School Final here that we've done. But we're going to see Saturday School Final.dev, it's there. So this is going to be Saturday School Final TWO. Or I just put the number 2. Like that. Create. Desktop server begins to create the actual website here on my desktop. Now, it's important for me to be able to have the premium version of desktop server because I can also do a direct deploy directly from my desktop once all is said and done. Click next. Okay, your configuration is complete. You can now finish your desktop WordPress setup. Please specify a title, username, and password visiting the home page in your web browser. So I'm going to visit the home page in my web browser. I clicked on the link that desktop server gave me. And it's actually opening up the website that I just created, and I need to do some final configuration. So I'm going to click continue for English. The site title I'm going to give it is Saturday School Final 2. Username B. Smith. I'm going to do a very easy password. I'll be cleaning this up later. Hello, V. Smith. 7. It's a weak password. And I'm going to complete the install. My username is without an H. All right, so I'm going to log in. Now with desktop server, I don't necessarily even need to use the password that I created because I can use the bypass login here at the home screen. So I just click that. And I'm going to bypass this login. And I'm in. We've got our local development environment. We've got our website so far. And it's a small one. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. And I'm going to just view what we have. Because we really don't have a lot. Now, for this Saturday School Final, we have to choose a theme. Because the purpose of this final is to set up an entire theme from scratch and, you know, make it the way we want it to be. So keeping everything in mind that we've talked about in the previous Saturday schools about theme weight, theme size, bloat, we may have a theme in mind that we want to use. However, I personally have not picked a theme for this final, so I'm just going to go to Appearance Themes, and then I'm going to go to the Pick a New Theme from there, the Automatic Theme Installer. I'll just click Add New. And when I click Add New, I get a bunch of themes. I can go with any one of these that I want. Let's just try something that is very straightforward, maybe something that's a little bit business-like. Torch theme looks like a really cool one. If I click on the details and preview, then I can see that it has 2 ratings and it has 4.5 stars. It says it's a lightweight, free WordPress theme with some custom widgets to add to the homepage. You create a homepage that you find in the Premium Themes demo. The 12 custom widgets include slogan, contact form, services, testimonials, and other 7 widgets. So this one has some widget options for the homepage that I could choose from if I wanted to. Or I can just go back and look at a few more themes. I can go to the popular themes, and I can see some of the ones that are already installed on my WordPress account. Athena looks very cool, looks very beautiful. It's got a huge image on the front end. This one only has 2 ratings as well, but there's some nice JavaScript transition on the front page. It's a feature-loaded, user-friendly, fully responsive, parallax, modern WordPress theme built with care and SEO in mind. So if I'm looking for all of those features, then Athena would be the theme that I want to choose. I could choose this one, which maybe I will. I'll leave it at, for right now, I'll leave this one, keep this one in mind, but I'll go to find out if there's maybe one or two others that look catchy. These are all under popular themes. We got OnePress, we have Vantage, which we've used before during one of our classes. We've got Square, we've got Human, and we've got Responsive, which is a very popular one, very basic, straightforward one as well. Virtue theme, it's a very nice theme. I've used it on several projects before. Enigma, Boolean, Alta. Just looking through a couple of these. Responsive boat. Let's look at this one. 1 star. Free responsive WordPress theme with a friendly and colorful design. So this is another responsive theme that has a friendly and colorful design. Looks pretty cool. So we're going to make a choice. We've seen a couple, and we're just going to pick one of these. Yeah, one of these at random. Arcade. Let's try a photo theme. Let's see how well we can do with this one. We're just going to install this one. So it's got 7 5-star ratings, and we're installing the theme right now. And let's click activate. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the front end and refresh. All right, so we've got an image that's already preloaded when I refresh. We've got a bunch of categories, which look like they're using categories for navigation, probably. And then we also have an image right here, a featured image picture. So our job is to find out how to customize this theme. And it tells me that I can visit the site. It gives me, this is the link to the front of the site that we've already set up right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to customize, because customize is the place where you go to customize your theme. We're going to see the options. Okay. So immediately we see there's a pro version that we can upgrade to if we want to. We can go to site identity, and we could say cool photo blog. Right? We could change the colors if we want to and give it a more girly feel. And this is the actual header image. We can go to the header image and we can hide it, or we can add a new header image. Let's try a new header image. We'll just drop in a new header image from our library of files. So images, stock images, Unsplash images. These Unsplash images are just very generic. They work for almost anything. So let's just drop this in here. So you just uploaded an image. And this is going to be for the header, new header image. And I changed the background color to like a girly color, but I'm just going to probably change it back to white. So I'm going to select this image, and I'm going to crop the image. Excuse me. I could keep that that girly look, but I kind of like this one better. All right, so we can change the header image via the customizer. Background image. We probably don't need a background image, so we're going to skip that. Theme images. So we got header options. Let's see what we got here. If we change theme images. So we're going to create a few categories, because it looks like categories is the way you navigate through this website. So I just threw in a header options. Ew, look at that. So You can put a theme, a header image and theme options right. Let's see, let's click if we remove show site title. We can remove the site title. That's gone. Show tagline. Remove the tagline. That's gone. Show category dropdown. So that's going to be our category dropdown for navigation. That's gone. Okay, so these are some of the options. Just playing around with it. This actually would be the logo. If we wanted to keep that the way it is, we can keep that. But that image is really not a logo, so we're going to remove it. And we're going to show our category dropdown as well. And we're just going to turn on all these other ones still. So we like those. We're going to keep those like that. We'll go back. We'll go to search options. You know, we could change this placeholder of the search options. Layout options. Okay, so it says global layout, no sidebar. If we don't want to have a sidebar, we could have content, have some primary sidebar, and the primary sidebar with content. So that would be like a sidebar on the left side or sidebar on the right side. Archive layout would be masonry, which is a bunch of blocks, or post excerpts. So we'll leave it with masonry. Image in the single post page, large, leave that there. Image alignment, center, we can leave that there as well. So we're going to leave that there. Pagination options. So it says it requires a plugin, WP Page Navi plugin. We currently don't have that, so we're just going to not change that option either. Footer options, we can change the copyright in the footer down here at the bottom where it says copyrights, all rights reserved. We can say Saturday School Final 2. And we can just save that. And that will change the footer to what we want it to be. There we go. Blog options. You could say how many blogs you want. Or I'm sorry, how many words you want in a blog excerpt here on the front page. 40 words. And then what the read more says. Okay, so we're just getting some of the basic stuff. And then we can add advanced or custom CSS. So the layout of this website is mostly post. That means that our posts that we create within the categories will show up here on the front page and create our layout. So that's primarily where our layout is going to be created. We can also check in the widgets area and see what, you know, is provided in the layout for that. So if you do look at the theme, the details of the theme, or the way this theme is portrayed, it shows here that it's just an image-based layout. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a few posts. And I'll go to click Add New Post. And in this area, I will create a few sample posts. And I could do lorem ipsum, but probably would take me too long. So we'll just do it this way. All right, so here we go. So there's one category. I can actually add categories from here, so I'm just going to add one. Sample post 1, or I'm sorry, 1. We're going to add that category. Has no parent. I can add a few more categories. I can say miscellany. It comes with a check mark, so I don't want to put it all in there. But instead of going to the category editor, I can just add them from here. And this you can create as a navigation as well. So I've only got really one post right here, sample post 1. I can set the featured image, and as a featured image, I'm just going to throw in some of our old school photos from unsplash.com. So I'm going to set this as the featured image, and I'm going to publish. It's 9:50, so I'm going to try to move a little bit faster and see if we can get this blog rolling. Press refresh, and there we go. We have 2 images. We have sample post 1, we have hello world, and they are creating a layout for us. If I go to hello world, I need to set that featured image. This one actually doesn't have a featured image yet. So I clicked on the post, and I can go to edit the post, and I'll just drag I'll just go to featured image down here at the bottom, set featured image, and I will drag any old photo to this as well. So I'm setting the featured image there, and category is going to be photo blog. I click update, boom. It's going to refresh, and I can click on view post. It's going to take me back out to the website, and if I go back out to the website, then I can also click on the little logo at the top, which will take me to the home page, and there we have two actual posts with featured images. And if I click on category, then I can start seeing that categories are showing up here. And these are the categories of images that are showing up on the home page. They'll also show up here at the top. So what I want to do is, as I'm going through here and clicking on these posts, I can actually see the permalinks here at the top have not been set to just regular post name. I usually like the post name permalink setting, so I'm going to do that currently. So I'll go to underneath settings, permalinks, click on that. And then I'll go to post name, which is the bottom structure, and save those changes. And that will allow me to now have the post name permalink for my post. So I can click on photo blog category, pull up that takes me to the archive of photo blog, and it's going to pull up this within photo blog. And I click on that, and now I can see that post name is my permalink, and it's hello world. So that's, it's just a basic setting. If I wanted these images to display better, I would take some time and find out, okay, how do I need to crop these images to, show up the way I want them to show up here on the website. This helps me to arrow through the images. And this is the way a single post displays. So we've got this going, and this is a pretty basic website. It's really more of a photo blog. It's very straightforward. There's not a lot to it. So once we've got all of that going, then we can go to our general settings, and we can complete the setup that we want to do. And normally under writing, it's the area where you can kind of define the categories and the actual post format and things like that. You can a few things for this theme especially, if you wanted to have a default post category, you can set up a default post category because this theme is really powered by categories. The next thing I do is go to reading, and I can choose to set up a specific static page, home page, if I wanted to. At this point, I'm not going to do it because the home page they give us is actually determined by the featured images, and I can just go in here and create lots of posts with different featured images, and I'll get a different, you know, the home page layout that I want. So I'm going to leave this the same. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go in, I'll create another post. And I will put it within photo records. I'm going to set a featured image for it. All right, featured image is set. Going to publish it. If I visit it, then I can see the post. Now, very basic, straightforward. There we go. If I click to the home page, I'm going to see 3 images here on the front page that have determined the way the layout is. Now, we can also check in this theme with regards to the navigation menu. What do they have that is set up? I can go to appearance menus, and I can see, you know, what have they given us. If I first create a menu, primary menu, what have they given us in this theme with regard to a location? So we've got 4 locations in this theme. We have primary menu, we have footer menu, we have social menu, and they also have a 404 menu. 404 menu is going to show up on any page that literally is you know, not available or not found on your website. So I'll click and put primary menu inside of the primary menu location. I'll save changes. There's really nothing in the primary menu. Remember, we haven't added any links into the primary menu yet. So, but the primary menu shows up here. So I could create pages and put it within the primary menu. So let's go ahead and add a new page. We're going to call this about. There's always about pages on every website. And we'll publish it. All right, so we just published an about page, and we wanted to add a contact page. We'll do that as well. Publish. Now that we've created both of these pages, let's go back to the menus and add the pages within the menus. Appearance, menus. All right, now here we are with the in the menu area, and we're in the primary menu, so you see it here. And we have 3 pages. Actually, we have 4 pages on the website. Home is really going to be a generic to lead us back to where we're at. You know, our home page is not really a page that we've created in the database, but it's just going to be to take a person back to the home screen, I would say. So I can add all of these to the menu right here, and I can save. Now, see, the home is a custom link, and it just gives me the top level domain name. So it's not really like a WordPress page that's created in the database. Although you could create one in the database, and you could set that as a home page, and you give it a page template and all of the above. We've done that in previous tutorials. But we're just going to do this. Save this menu. And we're going to place this in the primary menu. We're also going to place it in the footer menu. So you can see that we can add the menu to a new location here at the bottom of the menu settings instead of going up to the top tab. And so we got primary and footer menu are both going to have this menu in there. We save that menu, and we'll go to the front end. We're going to look at it. Okay. Awesome. There we go. So we've got it in the bottom, down here at the bottom right, and we've got it in the top menu right here. So we also got the categories that show up. So we've got a bunch of navigation controls set up on this website. And at this point, what I'm going to do is get ready to deploy this website. It's not perfect, but maybe I just want to go ahead and get this thing up online. And, you know, because of time, it's 10:01 right now, I do want to go ahead and deploy this website. So what I can do is I can go to Saturday School Final. I believe it is a subdomain that I created a little while back. WP. Let's see. WP Web Builder. All right, so here we go. So we're going to WP Web Builder, Saturday School Final. So this is a website that we built for the final the last time. And let's see if I can remember my password. Okay, so this website could be, this is the old version of the Saturday School Final. We still have a local version of this as well. But today we're going to go ahead and deploy our new Saturday School Final, which is here. All right, so it's time to deploy. What do we do to deploy? The only thing we really need to do to deploy, if you have Desktop Server Premium, is to have a version of the plugin Desktop Server on your install. So this is a local version. It's indicated by the .dev and also by this local development bar website here. So this is on my computer. But now I want to get it on my server. And this is my server. If I were to, I'm already logged in, so I'm just going to visit the site from one of these tabs. This is the server version of Desktop Server. I'm sorry, not desktop, but of a website that I built before. So this is literally a website I'm going to throw away. So what I want to do is I want to go to the install plugins, and I want to see what do we have here. So we do have Desktop Server for WordPress already installed, but it's not activated. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this plugin. Now that it's activated, I can deploy this local version of the Saturday School website to this remote version of Saturday School. All right, so two different websites. One is on the local host, one is on the remote host. So that's what we're going to do. In order to deploy a remote website, then we need to come back to our desktop server software, and we can say export, import, or share website. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So we got the plugin there. We've got the you know, on the local, we have the local version of our website on our computer, and we also have a plugin desktop server for WordPress installed on the remote version. Click next, and I want to say export or deploy a WordPress website. Click next, and I can choose the website that I want to deploy. And just to check and be sure that I'm doing the right one, I'm going to go to look at the URL, Saturday School Final 2. That's the one we're going to find. Saturday School Final number 2. Here we go. Saturday School Final, the number 2.dev. And we're going to export it as, so we've got to export it as the URL that we want to export it as. So we're going to export it as satschoolfinal.wpwebbuilder.com. So we just copied that and paste it inside of here and remove the HTTP. And let's just check satschoolfinal.wpwebbuilder.com. So I'm going to do a direct deploy because it's not a huge website, and I just don't want to have to worry about any other type of deploy. That's the reason why I installed the plugin, so I can do a direct deploy. I'll click direct deploy, and I have to add my username, and I have to add my password. I click OK, and desktop server gets permission, and once it brings me back up to the screen, then I know it's ready to deploy. And I can click next, and it's going to give me an option. So it says desktop server will need to prepare your files and database for deployment to your destination server. You may select optional items below. Caution, this operation is destructive. So this means that this website that I see right here, this Saturday School Final that we built last time, it will no longer be available. That's why I keep a copy on my desktop here, so I could redeploy at any time. Here's the copy of the desktop version, and here's the copy of the remote version. But I'm not worried about the remote version now because I want to deploy our new Saturday School Final 2 over the top of this Saturday School Final. And I want to enable, you know, a new, excuse me, I want to enable a you know, whoever I'm building this site for to view this new version of the site. So I'm just going to overwrite the entire thing. So it says it's a destructive process. It will overwrite your live website. Before continuing, please ensure you have necessary backups. I have backups. And then it says click next to start the transfer. So I can choose, do I want to incur search engine visibility because it's going live? I'll say, for now, no. But if it was a live website, yeah, probably so. Do I want to purge post and page revisions? So any revisions that are in the database, I can remove those. So yeah, let's do that. Customize scrubbing options. I'm not worried about that right now. Do I want to deploy the database only? Well, no, I don't. I actually want to deploy the database and the files. So everything's the way I want it now. Now I click next, and it will begin to deploy. This is the moment we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Getting our local site transferred to the live server. This is exactly what we've been working up to. And once desktop server completes this process of transferring all of the files in the database to the server. We're going to check back in and we're going to check it out. So this process will take a longer time if you have a larger site. But if you don't have that large of a site, then it won't take as long. I know that our website that we have built this morning, it really doesn't have a lot of components to it, so it's okay. Usually at this time I'll go and grab some coffee, I'll do something, but you know, I'll make sure that, you know, I'm actually doing something productive while this is being uploaded. So at this point we're uploading. It is 10:10. And once this is uploaded and we've checked everything to make sure that the website is live, and we've checked to make sure that all of our bases are covered, we're good. We're going to be good to go. So we'll go back to the process and see what's going on. All right. So looking at the process, it's almost 50% there. And you know, this, once it's complete, we'll be able to come in and refresh and log in and check out the new website. All right. All right, so it is taking a little while to complete this. So what we're going to do is we're going to, right now at this point, nothing that we do on this side is actually going to increase the speed of this upload. But I just wanted to check the username so that I know I have the right username. So I'll go to my profile here in the back end and I'll see, okay, so my username for this website, vsmith, Smith without an H. So, all right, cool. Okay. All right, we got Saturday School Final here. Looks like we're almost done. Hip hip hooray. And once we're done, we're going to refresh the browser and you know, we will log in and make sure everything's in place and we have the proper website reflecting the site that we just built, which is here. You can navigate through here. It's a straightforward WordPress website. Contact. All right, looks like we're almost 99.99% of the way done. All right, so it's loading database, cleaning temporary files, finish deploying. Click next and go to this URL. And it says your website is ready. Please be sure to test your website thoroughly. Use the link below to go to your website now. We can go there. You may need to update your permalinks or your htaccess file to access your website. To update your permalinks, log into your website's WP admin webpage. Then click the settings permalinks menu. Of course, we know how to change permalinks and we'll go check that out. So I'm going to click there. and it's going to pull up the URL that we deployed to, and it should reflect the new site. There it is. Now, this is the unrefreshed version. If I go ahead and refresh it, and it reflects our new site. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the WP admin version here, and I'm going to log in and change the permalinks. See if I got the right password and username. Nope, I don't. All right. Trying to remember the password. I know it was an easy one. How embarrassing. Forget your own password. Well, at this point, I could just request the lost password, which would probably be a lot easier. Let's see. All right, so just going to request that password briefly and log in through it. Let's see. An account. All right. Let's see. I make my password so hard. Oh my goodness. Sorry. One second. All right, so what I am doing right now is using my mobile phone. Let's go ahead and type in the username here. And gonna go to, all right. When you make your passwords very hard, and sometimes this happens. Here we go. All right. Yes. But I guess it's okay, because if you can't figure them out, then most of the times a hacker won't be able to figure it out either, which is good. All right. Here we go. Boom. We are in. All right. I'm not going to say that password, but see, we're in, and we've got our Saturday School Final 2 here. Press refresh. Everything looks good. If I click on the menu and I go to some of these menu items, it looks fine. The permalinks have transferred over well. It's really not necessary that I go in and change the permalinks, although I'll just do it to, you know, just in case. And I'll go to settings, permalinks here. And it's set at post name. So I'll just click the save button. So everything looks great. And we've deployed our website. And that is that. That is a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in another day of Saturday School. Hope to see you at the local meetup here in Riverside, Southern California, at Riverside IO. There's one coming up soon. So I hope to see you there, and have a great day, everybody.